Mission Impossible is one of the most recognizable series in Hollywood and on TV. From the iconic theme song to the trademark suspending from the ceiling, the various movies are pretty much textbook examples of how to make a great blockbuster without dumbing down the material too much. There have been a few games released over the years, on handhelds like the Game Boy, to consoles like the N64 and beyond, but the game I have today is really the first to go up against a ton of competition in the stealth action genre. This is Mission Impossible Operation Surma for the GameCube. Also available on the PS2 and original Xbox, Operation Surma has a plot structure similar to that of the movies. Ethan Hunt is on a mission joined by Luther, and after something goes horribly wrong, in this case your informant being gunned down right before extraction, what initially was a simple operation turns into a huge ordeal with technology and viruses or something. The plot of the movies never really drew me in as much as other series. All I can think of right now is Philip Seymour Hoffman saying, "Now you're gonna tell me where the rabbit's foot is." But anyway, most of the actors don't return to voice the characters, and Steve Blum is actually the voice of Ethan Hunt. I recognized him right away as he voiced Mitchell in the latest Ghost Recon game, but he seems a little out of place in this role. His voice is a little too harsh.
Excellent. Where and when?
Keep your shirt on, man. I'm typing as fast as I can.
As this game does fall into the same genre as titles like Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid, the comparisons are going to be made. But in this case, the critics actually have a point. Many of the gadgets and moves feel like simplified versions of gadgets and moves in other stealth series, and this does make sense as the game was aiming to appeal to fans of the movie more than this genre of video games. As far as gadgets go, the game does a great job of implementing them. From a launcher to zip to higher ground and a zooming camera to take pictures, Operation Surma uses these items in a way that feels very natural. You're always wondering which item you have is best for a certain area, instead of just knowing, oh yeah, I just got the tranquilizer, so I must have to use that here. Now, the control of Operation Surma is where the game starts running into problems. The camera is very slow to adjust and never seems to center behind you just right, and some contextual events when fighting enemies take way too long to appear. It's almost as if the game's developers expected people to play it at an extremely slow pace. And yes, it is a stealth game, but it isn't engaging enough to make you want to play it like Metal Gear Solid. I also couldn't find a way to change aiming from inverted, and this doesn't help the very stiff gun mechanics that the game has. Still, even with the control issues, figuring out the best way to tackle a situation is a lot of fun, and the game has this in common with its competition. I was actually quite impressed with how this game looked as well. Faces and character models are definitely on par with other games in the genre at the time, and cutscenes look awesome. Voice acting is hit or miss, with Russian accents being laughably bad, but the main characters give good performances, even if I don't think Steve Blum was right for the lead role. Mission Impossible Operation Surma is a fine choice for fans of the stealth action genre or for fans of the movie, but there really isn't enough here for me to recommend it to anyone who is already content with Metal Gear Solid or Splinter Cell. Maybe try to rent this one. Now click to a different review, because this one will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Ethan, you blew our cover. Abort the mission. Repeat, abort the mission.